Hello, everybody, and welcome to Problem Solve Her, an innovative and fun podcast to empower women, to give them confidence, to give them strength. I'm Chloe, by the way, and this is my beautiful co-host,
Dagmar.
Dagmar's in the house. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and people of all ages and races and creeds. We welcome everyone. And today, Dagmar is going to test me a little bit, and she's going to pick my brain. So, Dagmar, what are we discussing today?
So I think especially now with so much going on externally in the world, but also for us internally, I would like to chat with you about the topic, what it is and what does it take to trust yourself. Like when I speak with other women or other men, right? It's tough sometimes to trust your instincts, to trust your gut, to trust your intuition, to do things where you feel it's a good thing, but you're hesitant to do it. So perhaps we just start with, what does it mean to trust yourself?
First of all, I think that a lot of people don't even understand the layers of what that even means. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I think that trusting yourself obviously comes before anything else. If you don't trust and believe in who you are as a human, then you don't believe in your work, you don't believe in your relationships, you don't believe that you can be good at sports, that you look nice when you go out at night, that when you have a conversation with someone, you're confident. So I think that, first of all, trust in yourself comes as we get older. Some people are very confident at a really young age. I remember, it's funny because I've gone through phases. When I was younger, I mean, I don't know who I thought I was, but I was so confident. My neighbor had a lemonade stand. I was 10 years old and she was across the street and she was charging 50 cents. And I'm going back to the 90s. And I remember I went to my mom and I said, I'm going to charge 75 cents. And she goes, but Ashley's across the street doing 50. I go, mine's going to be better. And I'm going to be telling jokes. So they're getting free humor and they're going to pay a quarter more. And my dad said, I love it. Let's set this thing up. And they would go by and people would be like, you know what to do? I'm like, don't go to Ashley. No, guys, she's really pretty, but so am I. And I'm funnier. And mine has like magic in the glass. And so I was so trusted and believed in who I was that I could do this. And then, you get to your 20s and I'm living in Manhattan and everyone's beautiful and everyone's dressed nicely and everyone has a good job and everyone has a cool apartment. And you're like, okay, wait, maybe I don't believe in myself so much. Because to trust yourself, you have to believe in who you are first. So I tell myself certain mantras now today, and for at least the last decade plus, I always have trusted in myself. But there are times where I go, I don't know, is my intuition telling me the right thing? Is my gut, is my brain telling me the right thing? Is my heart saying something else? I find that when I'm in a room with people I don't know, I gravitate toward the louder people, the people that are, bigger personalities. And some people go, well, that one's kind of quiet. Let me start over there. I want the challenge. I want to go right to it. So you have to believe in who you are and you have to trust in yourself. And I think women, because men don't really have this problem because they have different builds and body types and testosterone that women do. They're kind of just born confident and cocky and, I have a big ego. I can get any girl I want. I was a football player in high school. Okay, well, that was 20 years ago. I don't care. I was a star football player. It's like, okay, buddy, put the football away to hang up the outfit. It was a long time ago. So women should exude the same type of confidence and believe in who you are and feel good about who you are and give yourself grace. We're very hard on ourselves and we are constantly trying to pamper ourselves, make sure our hair looks perfect, the makeup, get the facials, the manicures, the pedicure. It's exhausting thinking about. So if you want to trust in who you are, give yourself mantras. I believe in me. I believe in me. You're worthy. You're worthy. And I think it starts there.
So is that what I should do when I struggle to trust myself? Manifestations and
Absolutely. There's 3 books that I've read in the last 20 years that have really resonated with me. And it's part of this topic. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, The Secret, and The Power of Kabbalah. And it's old Jewish mysticism. It's Judaism, yes, but it's not a form of religion. It's through mysticism. And the number one thing in all those is never take anything personal, which is very hard. But if we do that, then the struggle is less for believing in yourself and trusting yourself. They all have the same concepts: to not take things personally, to do our best, to manifest what you want. Think about what you this is one of the best things we can tell any viewer or any listener right now on any podcast we ever do. Think about what you want, not what you don't want. Focus on what you want.
So we have the one listening to us who are the solvers, right? Because whoever is interested in this Problem Solve Her podcast, they want to solve a problem. So if I want to fix my lack of self-trust, what would be the steps I could do?
Well, first of all, and I think this is so important that people, as we get older, we forget. You have to surround yourself with people that you trust and that you love and believe in you also. If you're surrounding yourself around people that are constantly negative, that are bringing you down, that are always complaining, it's like, how are you going to manifest these things that you want and to have a positive energy and vibe around? So that I think is one of the biggest parts of it. And then you have to dig really, really deep. I think today, unfortunately, because there's so much going on in the world and there's a lot, and we don't get into politics or religion here, but there's a lot going on in the universe and people are feeling a little bit in despair. So we have to take a step back and you have to deep dig into your subconscious levels. We're too surface right now. We have to dig into those deeper levels and have conversations with yourself. It's okay to talk to yourself, whether it's inner or outer, and tell yourself and say, you know what, I need to work on this, or I believe in myself, but I don't trust myself in this moment. What can I do to help change that? And then you can have conversations with people that are in your small inner circle. We don't need large inner circles. Everyone's so consumed with how many followers, how many numbers, how many people like me, how many friends. In your small circle, and you can confide in someone, because if it's the right person, they can help rebuild that trust within yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Just thought about something while I was analyzing what you were saying.
You're always analyzing. I love you.
Yes. One thing is what's interesting. I only have a few good friends, and when I speak with others about it, I have a huge friend group. At the end of the day, from my experience, if you need a friend, the huge friend group does not really give you support in this way. And I think it's under the topic, trusting yourself. Are you trusting yourself enough to choose the friends who are good for you? Or do you have a lack of self-trust, so you try to fit in, right?
It's a fine line, because I'll try to give a few examples in different areas so that people can relate to this.
Our solvers can relate to that.
Yeah, exactly. When you're young and you're growing up and you're building your confidence and you're finding out who you are and you're up all morning figuring out your outfit and what are you going to wear to school and am I going to look cool and does my hair look good? And I mean, think about it now. I don't have any makeup on right now. Neither do you. We have lip gloss on because we trust ourselves. We know we're cute and who cares, right?
You're
But
beautiful.
there's so much emphasis on all these things. So when you're young, you're like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Are they going to like me? Is this boy going to like me? Am I going to be accepted? You start on a sports team. You're playing tennis. You're playing basketball, right? You're in a group setting. Are they going to like me on the team? Are they not going to like me? What am I going to do? How's it going to work out? We spend so much time worrying about what everyone else thinks of us instead of what we think about ourselves. Because at the end of the day, what I think about me is what matters more than anything else. You could call me tomorrow, Dagmar, and say, oh, I spoke to so-and-so, and they said, oh yeah, I know Chloe. She's really loud, and she's got a huge personality, and she's a little much sometimes. Okay, cool, bye. It's not going to upset me. It's not going to affect my sleep tonight. So we have to just believe in ourselves and know that whatever we think about who we are, as long as you're a good person, right? And you're not harming others, you're not being disrespectful to other people, you're not out there, screaming at everyone you see and putting people down and giving out racial slurs and being anti-Semitic and all the crazy things that's going on today. As long as you know who you truly are, it doesn't really matter what anyone else thinks or how many friends you have. It really doesn't at the end of the day, because you're going to sleep. They're not going to sleep. This friend group's not going to bed with you at night. They're not paying your bills. They're not feeding you.
Yeah, what you just said at the end, it has to do something with who do you give power over you. Yesterday, I listened to a podcast. I unfortunately forgot who said it, but they said a quote that who you give power over you to feed you, or who you give the power to feed you, you give them also the power to starve you, right? And it's at the end, it's the same friendships. Do you allow others to manipulate your actions, the words you're saying, what you think, or in a job, or like with the podcast, right? Well, you and I, we started around 6 to 8 weeks ago, and we never did a podcast before. And
We
we
learned,
just
but you
took it.
I have to give you all the credit. You made it happen. I'm just here, as your psych,
Looking pretty.
funny and give some good advice and hopefully help empower some women. And, and I'm getting DMs on Instagram. People are texting me. I'm listening to your podcast. Oh my God, you're so inspiring. That alone is like awesome for us, right?
Yes.
But we're learning as we go. And I think we're doing a great job. And people, you better think the same.
The thing is, what's our goal? Our goal is not doing a podcast. Our goal is creating a better world, helping other women to find solutions to the problems they experience. Like for today's topic, trust yourself. We trusted ourselves that we have something to share where others can benefit from. And that's our driver. Our driver is not how good are we with the technical setup? Do we always say it in the best way? Or focusing on the little pity instead of the big picture. And I think you are a great role model for me. You're very persuasive, right? That's the English word, persuasive. You never give up. You never, ever give up. I saw you as we both met in a business environment. I saw you going for the deals, going for the hard conversations, staying your ground and never giving up. And I think that is really something you trusted yourself enough that you have value, you have the ethics, and you have the best intention. And for our Solver listeners, I think what Chloe said today is really go within you and find your power, and then focus on the purpose or the goal you want to accomplish. Right? Is that how you would say it?
I could not have said it any better than how you just, the words just fell out of your mouth. I thank you for that. And I think that's why we're good as partners for the podcast and what we're trying to accomplish. Like you said, when I first met you and when we previously had worked together, and you did an amazing, I almost want to call it like a drill. And you had 30 people on a Zoom captivated like this, but like, what is she going to say next? And it was like, she's my new best friend. And I don't say that about people often. My friends that are my closest people have been for 30 years. I have some newer ones, obviously, but you captivated everybody. And I just knew that you and I were like soul sisters. I didn't know what it was or how, but that's what you do and how you make people feel so comfortable and you have no preconceived notions about you. And I think that's why it's so important that you and I are teaming up. Like you say, we're not therapists, we're not attorneys, we're not financial advisors, but we can coach women in business, in relationships, in, like you said, trusting within yourself, building their confidence, building your independence. These are all pillars of how we become and we stay strong women and we're successful in business and in relationships. And if people are looking for that right now and you're listening, you're like, you know what? I have a shift. I want to change. I have to get out of this relationship, or I want to change my job, or I'm having an issue with a family member. We have so much experience between the two of us in all of these realms. And we're literally giving you advice and we're empowering you through our many multiple decades of experience. That's all we're doing is through what we have seen firsthand. So I think that's a really important point that you brought up.
It's so coming to the end of this podcast. There's just one really important point, and thank you for your kind words.
I wouldn't say them if I didn't mean them.
We execute.
And your skin looks amazing.
Thank you, sweetie. We execute and we build it. And if we fail, we get up again and we try it in another way. By trusting myself from my perspective, I need to explore something first and then do it again and again and figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And then I start trusting myself. And at the end, that's how you become an expert and create expertise, right? And as topic today, I find it very important because now with AI, there is so much going on. Like from my business perspective, I follow everything AI software and AI systems, and it's all sounds great and everybody's talking about it. But as long as you don't do it and you execute it and you're figuring it out, and if you fail, you try something else, I cannot see anybody succeeding in business. And I think, isn't that the same in relationships or what you do with business contracts and everything? Like, you were not born and then you knew exactly what's the best business contract and how to get the best deals, right?
Well, in business, and there's so many different types of contracts, right? Whether you're dealing in real estate, finance, banking, yachting, housing, commercial real estate. I mean, the list goes on. Some people are born to sell, okay? Some people have the chutzpah, okay? They come out of their mother's womb and it's like they're ready to go. And I happen to be one of those people. My dad will take all the credit. As you know, I taught her everything. And of course, a big part of that is because of him. And I know I'm being redundant in saying this, but when all my friends were in Jewish sleepaway camp at 12 years old, playing tennis and volleyball and eating ice cream, I was hitting the phones, calling big landlords and asking if they would sell their large apartment buildings in Brooklyn and Manhattan and office buildings and 100,000 square foot warehouses at 12. And I was like, who's that confident at 12 doing that? So in business, and I learned a lot about how to read contracts, to negotiate, to read rent rolls, to really understand math in business sense, just in the business sense, because math's a lot of different things. But for me, all I care about in my life when it comes to math is money, finances, and business. That's it. A lot of people are, solving these things for science, right? And chemistry and all these other numbers. I care about it for business. And a lot of women right now, you can go to school and you can take all the classes you want. But if you want to save time and money and not going to get your master's degree in business, come to Dagmar and I, because we can shortcut that for you. And when I say shortcut, I don't mean doing it the cheaper way. I mean, the experience that we're going to teach you and how we're going to send you out into the world, so to speak, is, I think, a better alternative in a sense.
In my reality, I don't know how many books I read in my life and how many courses I took in my life and to how many events I went and webinars and everything. From my experience, as long as it's just theory, it will stay theory and it will not move you further. It's the same. Let's say I just had this going on. Yeah, it's the same. You buy the best face cream and it's sitting in front of you in your bathroom and you look at it and you say, I bought the best face cream, but you never use it. And then 20 years later, you're surprised why your skin does not look youthful anymore. And you say, I had the best face cream, but you didn't use it. And that's, at the end, it's the same. If you have all the knowledge, especially now with AI has all the knowledge. It's not about knowledge anymore. It's about how do you stand out with your expertise and your experience. That's how you stand out. And you don't get experience by not implementing. And you don't become an expert by not failing. So coming back to our topic and then closing that podcast, trusting yourself. If you only would have the chance to give somebody one advice about trusting yourself, what would you tell them?
Only one thing?
Yeah, only one thing.
I think I would go back.
What would change their life today if they don't trust themselves today, if they have a lack of self-trust?
You're really putting me on the spot here, sister friend. I would go back to what I said in the very beginning. You have to believe in yourself, please. If you believe in yourself, you'll trust yourself.
I don't believe in myself, Chloe. What do I do?
If you don't believe in yourself, we're going to change that right now. Ready? You don't believe in yourself?
No.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
What don't you believe about yourself? Because remember, we think about what we want, not what we don't want. So you're already starting with a negative connotation. What don't you believe in?
Okay, let's say I believe I'm not pretty.
Okay, well, let's change that right now. You're beautiful, you're confident, you're independent, you're amazing. Next question.
Okay, what happens if I cannot, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one with things like that. I cannot see myself. And if it's pretty, if it's smart, if it's successful, if it's good with finances, if it's something what plugs it that I can see myself on
So
that.
start leaving yourself notes. This is a true thing. People do it all the time. Put notes in the bathroom, put it on the refrigerator. So when you open to make your coffee in the morning, I want you to have a mantra that I am beautiful inside and out. Put in the bathroom, I believe in me. Put on the toilet seat. So when you by the way, put the toilet seat down, man or woman, okay? Put on the top. Today is going to be the best day of your life. If you doesn't matter. Listen, 98% of people don't look like Brad Pitt. 98% of women are not 5'10" and supermodels and eat cheeseburgers all day and milkshakes and beer and look perfect. That's 2% of the entire world. The most people are not going to be the richest person in the world or the coolest person or have 5 million friends. It doesn't matter. You have to start within. Leave yourself notes. Wake up in the middle of the night when you go to the bathroom and go, God, I'm fabulous. And just say it out loud. No one's there to hear you.
I rewiring my brain.
Oh, you have to. Change the tape. Stop pressing play. Take the tape, chuck it in the garbage, throw it away, put it down the drain, flush it, put it in the garbage, let the garbage man come and get it, and start a new tape. It's like people that have fears, whether they're fear of flying, fear of spiders. I have a fear of flying. I've had it for years. I still get on a plane. I just was in Europe for 2 weeks. I've been to Asia. It's not going to stop me. We can't allow fears to stop us in life. It's like saying, oh my God, what if the moon falls out of the sky tonight? Okay, well then there goes the world. It's like, we can't think like that. You have to change the tape.
So I love your advice. I listened to Lewis House the other day and his it's not daily quotes, it's like daily things to help you have a better, happier life. And what he said and what you said today makes total sense. When you start your day, start with something positive. For a while, I started with the news in the morning when I got up just to get over it so I would know. But it just started because there's so much going on in the world, just started me on the wrong foot. And since I stopped it and checked the news later in the day, it made a huge difference. So at the end, to summarize what you said, in the morning, start positive in the morning, do your affirmation and manifestations during the day, focus on where you want to go and what you want and not what you don't want. Because this is by rewiring your brain, you will start automatically
People think they can't do it. They can do it.
Trusting it.
If you have the mental capacity and you know that you're in true inner strength, because we all have it. Some people are like, no, I'm not as strong as you. How do you do this? I don't understand. How do you walk in the room? You can talk to anyone. How are you so confident? What do you mean? You can be it tomorrow. If you're telling yourself you're not, you're not. And another thing that people should do, and I've been doing this for years, do not wake up when that alarm goes off and jump right out of bed. You are not going to succeed. I repeat, the second the alarm goes off, do not jump out of bed. Meditate for a few minutes. I always wake up and say, give thanks for life. You know, I grew up in Jamaica, so that's a term we say, give thanks for life, right? That's really important. If you just start your day, like you said, seeing the chaos with the news, already going on your phone, going on social media. I mean, if you wake up and listen to our podcast, that's something different. You should do that. But I know we're coming to the close. I also want to remind people that we are going to do, not now, but around Labor Day, we're going to do a little kind of promo for our sessions, right? Do a little something for people on the website, because some women maybe, you know, they might not be in positions financially right now. So we'd like to give a promo deal and a little bit of a discount for some of those folks. We'll do something around Labor Day. But please go to ProblemSolvHer, no E on solve, ProblemSolvHer.com to see about our different offerings. You can email us as well, questions. It's not a robot. It's not AI. We write you back directly. You can find us on YouTube, Problem Solve Her, at Problem Solve Her on Instagram. So there's a lot of different ways to find us. And I just want to close by saying I love Dagmar. And every time we do a session, I feel so much better about myself because she says so many amazing things about me.
That's just the truth at the end. That's how I see you.
Well, I see, it's funny because I see you exactly how you see me, but the perspective is different when each other is saying it. And I think that we help each other continue to have our strength and our confidence, because strong women need to stick together. So ladies, we love you. We hear you, right?
Yes.
See you. And we hope to hear from you on all our different channels and follow us. And as the night at the Apollo, that was a huge thing in New York. Good night and God bless.
Yes. Let's solve our problems together.
I love it. Let's solve all the problems that we can.
Yes.
Ciao for now.
Bye. Just a quick note before we end. This conversation is for inspiration and empowerment only. It's not medical, mental health, or legal advice. We are not doctors, therapists, or lawyers. Just women sharing real stories and personal truth. Always seek professional guidance for your unique situation.